and happy Friday evening, January 28th, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this evening news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Let's get started right now. First up, Seacoast prepares for nor'easter possible flooding. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
What's Thunderstruck? Thunderstruck.
Well, Tom, you really wouldn't know it right now. What's in store for tomorrow? It's calm and, well, it's kind of nice out right now here by the coast. But these conditions will be much different in about 12 hours from now. The Seacoast is bracing for what could be significant impacts tomorrow. Very strong winds are expected, and the Coast Guard says there will be waves upwards of up to 20 feet off of the coastline. Today, the Coast Guard met with state emergency management officials to go over the plans for tomorrow. The Coast Guard made sure to tie down boats, and extra staff will be ready in case there's an emergency. The message here from safety officials: just stay home during the storm and avoid the water.
We are hoping people take additional safety precautions and early safety precautions to tie down their lines securely on their boats on the water, and to ensure anything on the coast of the water is properly secured so it doesn't float away.
When it hits tomorrow, we're not going to be able to do a lot of driving during the day, so you need to get a few extra things for the house or something like that. Now would probably be the good time to do it.
Good advice there. And Hampton Police will also be bringing on extra staff this weekend. And they say if people lose heat during the storm, they'll consider opening the police department to use as a warming shelter. Reporting live in Newcastle tonight, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire utilities prepare for possible outages from weekend storm. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
How high is your revenue IQ? Take our 6-question test and find out. Only from Equifax. See how your acumen for smarter revenue stacks up when it comes to missed, lost, and new opportunities. Take our revenue IQ test today.
Well, their biggest concerns are those very strong winds expected, and both Unitil and Eversource say they are prepared, and they do expect it to be a long-duration event. Eversource even has transformers and poles and covered wires distributed to regional locations so they can try to respond quickly to any issues. The number one cause of outages in New England are limbs coming down onto wires, and that is a big possibility with the winds that are expected. Advice is, if you do have an outage, don't assume someone else is reporting it, and be patient.
And in the event that our customers do experience an outage, they can give us a call to report that, use a two-way texting feature that we offer, or our mobile app.
And if we do see outages, restoration itself may be a challenge because visibility will be a challenge, travel conditions will be a challenge. And if we see those heavy winds, the bucket truck themselves have difficulty extending those arms.
Well, the good news is the snow is expected to be light, but it's also expected to be deep. So Unitil is reminding customers to make sure their vents and gas meters stay clear. We're live in Exeter. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. All state-run COVID-19 testing and vaccination sites in New Hampshire to close Saturday. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Another update on COVID, some of the things happening around the state, some of the things initiatives that we're moving on. We're still seeing pretty high levels all across the state. They're not accelerating like they once were, but they're incredibly high. Hospitalization.
Okay, sorry about that. We do not want that video. Sorry about that. All state-run COVID-19 vaccination and testing sites in New Hampshire will be closed Saturday because of the incoming nor'easter. There are 6 testing sites and 10 vaccination sites. They are expected to resume normal operation on Sunday. "12 more COVID-19 deaths reported in New Hampshire as cases rise." Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
COVID-19 coverage now, and tonight 20% of Granite Staters have now had the virus since the start of the pandemic. It comes as DHHS announces 2,400 new cases of the virus, with 432 from the backlog. Active cases are up slightly tonight. There are 12 new deaths for a total of 70 COVID-related deaths this week. And right now, 363 people are being treated in New Hampshire hospitals.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Pittsburgh bridge collapse leaves 10 injured, no fatalities. Let's take a listen to that video and that report.
For the line crew and the go-getters, there's Granger, supplies and solutions.
Now I'm standing at the corner of South Braddock Avenue and Forbes Avenue where this bridge collapse happened, but let me show you what's happening right now. Now, as we know, this is in the area, a very busy area near Point Breeze and Regent Square. Officials say about 3 to 4 vehicles were involved in this collapse, including a Port Authority bus that had a driver and 2 passengers on board. We know in all 10 people were hurt, but none of those injuries are life-threatening. Now, the collapse happening was shocking, but that rescue was also dramatic. The people fell about 150 feet. A human chain was created to rescue those people. To give you a perspective, this is a very busy area. Like I said, this area is going to have to be shut down, as we talked to with officials who confirmed that. We talked with neighbors as well who heard that collapse. They had no idea what was happening. And this is all coming at a time when President Joe Biden is actually in town to talk about his infrastructure plan. Here's what some local officials had to say in our area, including Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey.
We need it. You know, I said it before. This bipartisan infrastructure law is critical to Southwest Pennsylvania and the city of Pittsburgh. We know we have bridges that we need to take care of. We're finding out now when the last inspection was and everything. But with him coming today to talk about this infrastructure bill, to discuss why this funding is so important, today is significant of that. You know, at the end of the day, we could have had some serious injuries.
Now, back out here live, you can see that emergency vehicles are still on the scene. And the question everybody is asking, how could this happen? Well, officials tell me they're still investigating. Of course, this happened this morning, so they're in the preliminary phase.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that did it for this evening news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye. See you tomorrow with more news updates.